So before I start building some applications for myself with SAP or Svelte, I don't really want to use the Bootstrap 4. I want to use Material. The trouble is though that often Material is implemented different ways and there's no single source of truth. But fortunately, Google have stepped up to the plate with this new framework that's kind of replacing their original Material Design Lite, and I think it's called Material Components (MDC). And I'm interested to see how easy this is to integrate with Svelte. So there is some guys that have tried it out. There's an example here that uses this one here, where they're importing the package from Material Components Web, and they've put together a little example that's sort of implementing it, and it uses the class names and gives you these features here at the box, and that's how it's done. There are some wrappers around materials and components and for Svelte already, but I haven't used them yet. But that namely is this one and this one here, Svelte Material UI and Svelte. But I want to see just how much we can get done just by using the code vanilla. So anyway, let's. I want to just run through this tutorial with you. They've got this thing here. So they have this thing. Material designs assessment building bold and beautiful products. So there's a tutorial here. So let's see. So let's go next. Download the starter app. I already have that. So I want to go into the starter package. So let's just go into here. And where are we? CD MDC 101 starter. npm install. Okay, let's get that running. So let's say it uses MDC Web uses SAS. Okay. npm start to start it. So this npm install is pretty horrible. It's taking a while. But anyway, in the meantime, let's just get into some of the code here. So this is the website, by the way, the Material Design IO. Quite interesting. Very interesting website. This is their root repository for everything. So exciting, isn't it, really? So let's look at some of the code. So let's go back to the tutorial. So npm start. Should see something like this. Okay. npm start. That, by the way, will run Webpack, I assume. Webpack dev server. Yep, that's good. And let's just see what it gives us. So alright, that's interesting. Let's just look at what the source code is like for this. So I have something called header, and I assume that matches with the CSS that comes for the project. Let's just see the CSS. So they've got this thing called home CSS. Okay, that's just display flex, which is normal. And let's see what else I've got. Something called login, which is a logo, has some padding, and this thing called current color. And what else? I've not really used CSS much, so I've got this thing called body, okay. It's all pretty straightforward. Right, so we've got the section, we've got the header, we've got SVG, we've got a graphics, and we have some empty form, it seems. Very good. Let's see what the tutorial talk says here. I'll just, in fact, I'll just move my tutorial over to the side here like this. So let's see, it says look at the code. So open index.html and see something like that. Index here, I have this thing called form, action, home, HTML. Alright. Here's a link to it. Tag is used here. Use normalized for consistent browser rendering. MDC web components are styled using MDC classes, and you have this text and field. Okay. MDC treats web DOM structure as part of its public API. In general, it's recommended that you make custom style modifications to use your own classes. You may have noticed some custom CSS classes in HTML above, such as Shrine Logo. These are style defined in login CSS. So yeah, we've got this thing called login CSS, and that's this custom styling, right? Let's implement our first component. That's pretty straightforward. Just displaying some. I don't think we're actually using any specific stuff here from material design here so far. So to begin, we add two text fields to login page. Material and text have been greatly enhanced to improve brand flexibility for improvements backed by research. Okay. So we have to install this package here. So let's just double check what we've got in the moment in our package JSON. So we just have some building tools. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to open up another window here in the terminal just for this project, because it's going to get pretty crowded, unfortunately. Material, design, components, labs, that's that there. Okay, and then I want to do CD and MDC 101. Okay, and CD starter. And then I just want to install this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the console here and just open up another one here and just do start the project again. So npm start. Once this is installed, wow, here we go. Don't you just love npm sometimes? So okay, very good. What's added to our project? Right, so we've got material text field, and let me just see. I wonder if I should just commit this. Any changes? I'll commit it later on. Right, so let's get back to here. So you can install all MDC components one by installing that. Alright. In index to HTML, add the following inside the form element in the body. Let's do that, shall we? So what is that going to give us? And let's run npm start, so that'll start Webpack dev server. And once it starts build, once this is built, it'll be quicker next time round. And here we go. And it'll be the same page. Hopefully it should restart. Okay, let's refresh it. Okay, very nice. That is very beautiful, actually. So something went wrong there. What do we need to do? We need to import something, I guess, right? So add the following in the board ready. Okay, got to add the CSS. So what did we add here? The MDC text field DOM structure is composed of several parts. The MDC text field, which is this thing here, and then there's sub-elements is the actual input, and there's some kind of floating label, and then there's a ripple effect, which we all already know. And in login CSS, add the following import statement after the existing import. Okay, so login CSS after the existing import. So that is. So I wonder, how is that going to map back into the component that's an index? So we have this form here. Let's see if that changed anything. All right. Interesting. So, kind of dead, isn't it? All right, let's go back. In the same file, add the following styles to line, center the text fields. Okay. we can do that. Very nice. Still doesn't do the stuff that the other stuff does. Right, so yes, but I don't see any of the fancy effects. So I'm probably missing something. Oh, I've skipped a bit. Right, so open up login.js, which is currently empty, and add the following code: import instantiate the text fields. So we're passing in a vanilla element to this thing here like that. Okay, that's very specific, very targeted. Doesn't apply to everything that's on the page, just what's currently the query selected. So that's going to bulk up. If I went and put that in Svelte at the moment, then it would bulk up pretty quickly. But that's pretty cool. Look, you can see that we've got some nice effects going on there. And so text fields express blah blah blah, add required to the inputs. Okay, I'm interested to see how they use HTML5 validation. Normally, HTML5 validation has a nice little pop-up that shows you the information of what's missing, stuff like that. What did I do? Come back. Where'd you go? What? Disappeared on me. Give me that copy-paste code. Oh, there we go. Right, so let's just copy-paste this. And let's go to our index. And this form again. So let's just compare what we had before. We had this. Now we have this. So at this point we're just adding required, I imagine. And what's the difference here? Tell you what, I'm going to actually commit this so that I can follow along what the changes are. So what I'll do is I'll just come in here and just call this diff. Nope, let's just get rid of this annoying thing. It's always selected. Okay, what did we change? Okay, yeah, we did add required. Required min length. I'm interested to see how they actually get rid of their existing pop-up when this happens. So let's just see. So we'll leave there, and I guess as an enter we press to show if something's required or not. Alright, so there's a little star up there now. Ah, I see. We've got some highlighting going on. I'm not sure I like that, because I do actually like the native HTML5 validation. They've sort of overriding it a little bit. But I guess if Google says it's right, then it's correct, right? So why is that still red? Is there anything feedback to say on what we need? No, it's not. There's not a user feedback. I guess it's contained. Ah, you got a hover over there. Please enter and take the 8 characters. All right, that's interesting. The jury's still out on this. The jury's still out on that. So MD cells use native HTML input element. The empty text field reflects hover and focus states automatically. So I guess they're probably overriding the event hover and focus out to get rid of the native pop-up stuff. All right, so let's go next. So next we'll add 2 buttons to our login page. Cancel next. Use the MDC button component. So I'm going to install this thing again. No, I'm so tempted just to install them all. Okay, in the next time I'll add the following below before the closing tag of the... Okay, so let's copy this in. Before the closing tag of password. Right. They don't have prettier on here. Let me just stick prettier in because I need to add some CSS. So let's just go into this login CSS thing here. And let me just shut down everything else. Huh. Come on, WebStorm, you're smarter than that. Okay. To align the buttons, we need to add a margin around them. I just want to see the buttons right now. Oh, there we go. Right, so that looks pretty cool. I like that. It's a really pretty. I really like that raised button there. Look, now we see the original styling for this stuff that's coming from the HTML validation, but it doesn't really look very good with the you know, the combination. I don't know. Jury's still out on that one. So let's see what they wanted to do. They wanted to wrap as... Okay. So that's going to add this code to the login styles. So what we're doing here, we're actually saying display flex, and we want to make it so that it's justified towards the end. Okay, let's see what that does to the code. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Right, so that's done. Let me just look at that CSS here. So we've got this flex container now, and we're allowed justified towards the end of the container now. So that's what the flex end is, and the individual parts are not actually flexed, so they're not going to grow. So let's just see what cancel does. Does it do anything at the moment? I don't think it does. But the next button, that's kind of cute how that overlaps. So any button inside the form is by default going to cause a validation, but there's no submit action. So let's go back to the code here. Add an ink ripple to the buttons. So let's install ripple. You know what? I'm getting tired of installing things like this, so I'm just going to install the everything at once. Let's just do this thing. That'll take about 5 hours. Right, so let's just stick this inside of the page. My MacBook's starting to overheat. To instantiate the ripples, add the following to the login.js, alright? Not used to doing this kind of like hard wiring when it comes to a material library like this. So the first one was a text field, and then we passed in the input, and then the second one we're adding the button and doing a ripple effect. Because we don't need to retain, look, that's not interactive, is it? That's a video. Because we don't need to retain a reference to ripple since we don't need to assign it to variable. That's it. So the first ones, we needed a reference to it for some reason. Okay, let's see what that looks like. So now, when we clip, we'll think, oh, look at that wee ripple there. Isn't that cute? Alright, and that's the end of this tutorial, I think. There are many other variants of the MDC button, check them out here. Fill the text valid value, press the next video. So when they click next, they're we're not seeing this isn't showing it. But when we click next, we're actually seeing the native validation, which is kind of interesting. Okay, well I think we're at the end of this video. I guess we'll just work through these until I get bored of them, right? So recap, blah 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 blah. Okay, I agree and I agree. I'm done. Do I get like a certificate or something now? So I guess the complete one just contains the exact same as what I have done here. Yeah, pretty much. And I think it's better formatting. Okay, so thanks for watching this. This is the absolute beginner's tutorial for the material stuff, and I think I'm going to keep doing this so we can try and build some nice starting point for a Svelte app.